On this part, you'll learn how to load the comments under a post. For that, we need to first update the action that we used to just load the post, and then we need to also update the UI of a single post. So let's go to Visual Studio. In here, let us just go to the home controller, and then let us scroll up to the index action. Right now, for each post, we are loading the user and also the likes. Now let us also include the comments. Include, and that goes to an comment. And since each comment does have a user and we want to show the user profile picture and also the user full name, then for each comment we want to also include n that goes to n.user. So this way, whenever we render the comments, we can also show the user data. Now let us go to the post partial view, and here we have the comment section. Inside this section, we're going to add another div. So we have a form, we're going to add a div, and we're going to use this div just to render the comment values. Here, let me just add a div. To this div, I'm going to add some Tailwind classes, and by using these classes, I just set a padding of 2.5. I set a top border, normal font weight, vertical spacing between child elements, and relative positioning for child elements. Inside this div, we're going to use a for each loop to basically just iterate through all the comments. For that, I'm just going to type add for each, and then var comment in model.comments. Then here we are going to add another div, which is going to represent a single comment. We want to also make this div a flex container. We want to set in here the horizontal layout to be flexible. We want to align items from the start and then create space between items and position the child elements relatively to the container. What this means is that if I add an A tag and then a div in here, each one is going to take its own space. Now the A tag will be used to have a clickable user profile image. For now, I'm just going to load the image, and if I don't have an image, I'm going to use the default one. For that, I can use the same code as I have here for the post. So let me just scroll up. We have this image in here. So if we don't have a user profile picture, then we are just going to use the default one. Let me just copy this line and then just scroll down. Just going to paste it in here. We're not going to use the image from the model, but we're going to use the image from the comment. So comment.user profile picture URL. And if not, let us just make this smaller. Let's make this width 6, height 6. We can also add a margin at the top, margin top 1. And then let's keep it rounded full. Now we have the image. Let us modify the div. The first class to add in here is going to be flex-1. And this class makes the outer div take up the remaining space in its flex container. This way, this div is going to expand to fill the available space. So it basically just ensures that this block is flexible and responsive within its parent container. Now inside this div, I'm just going to create another div and set a class. So this is a flex container, which is going to align the child elements horizontally. For that, just type in here class, then flex, justify content between. And in here, we are going to have an A tag for the user full name. And the reason why I'm putting it inside an A tag is because I want the users in the future to be able to click the full name and just be redirected to the user profile. For that, just add an A tag, and then I'm going to define some classes in here. And these classes are just going to set the text color to black. It will make it slightly bold. It allows block-like styling with inline block behavior and expands the elements to fill available horizontal space within its flex container. The name is going to come from comment dot user and then dot full name, and then in a small tag I'm going to show the comment time. For that, add comment and then dot date created, and then you can format it using the string. Then after this div, I'm just going to use a p tag, and this p tag will have just a margin top 0.5, so empty dash 0.5, and here we are just going to show the comment dot content. This is all we need to do. Now, if we want, we can also format the date in here, and we can use basically the same logic as we have for the comment time, so something like this. And I can just copy this part. We are going to simplify our code later. And then inside the for each, just going to paste it. And here now, I'll just check for comment time span since posted. This is going to be the comment that date created. This is going to be comment display time. And then down here, I'll just copy this value and use it in here. Let us save the changes and let us run this project. If we scroll down in here, we can see that we have two comments. We have the user profile picture. We have the time in here, which seems off because I just added these comments. This is a comment that we added, and then down here you can add another comment. But we can see that the comment count is not right, so let us just go and fix the comment count and the time here on the right. For the comment count, we need to scroll up. This is the comments value, and now this is going to be at model.comments.count, and let us scroll down for the comment time. Here we can see that even though we are getting the time span for the comment date created, here on the switch we are still checking for the post time. Let me just replace it with this one. Let us save the changes and run this project one more time. Let us scroll down. We can see we have two comments, and here we have the time. Let us add another one. This is third comment. Let me just remove the breakpoint. The comment was created and it was added just now. If I add another one, this is the fourth comment. You can see I have 4 comments, but as you can see in here, all the comments that we add are shown in here. Now we don't want to have that. What we want to have in here is that if a post has more than 2 or 3 comments, we just want to show the latest 2 comments, and then we want to show a show all comments button. So when they click that button, they are redirected to a details page where they get to see the post and all the comments of that post. And that is what we're going to do on the next part.